For a perfectly secure computer, the solution is simple. Just pull the plug. A machine with no external links is safe from outside threats. But a computer sitting entirely alone is functionally useless. In the modern world, global connectedness is a strict requirement for these machines to actually do their jobs. That necessity creates our greatest vulnerability. We are constantly defending against malware, malicious software designed to damage hardware, to steal sensitive data, or hijack entire systems. Every single year, these network threats cause billions of dollars in tangible and intangible damages worldwide. The moment we choose utility over isolation, we turn our machines into targets. Because every connection is a potential entry point for a new network threat, the tech industry is locked in a continuous cycle of exploitation and defense, a permanent arms race. Before malicious code can reach your hard drive, data has to travel across the open web. And out there, it is highly vulnerable to interception. When your browser uses the standard HTTP protocol, it sends information exactly as it is, leaving it fully exposed to anyone watching the network. To protect sensitive banking details or passwords, we use HTTPS, which securely encrypts that data before transmission and decrypts it only when it reaches the intended receiver. Arriving at your private network, data hits the primary barrier between your LAN and the untrusted internet, the firewall. Acting as a continuous filter, it relies on predefined security rules, allowing safe data through while immediately blocking unauthorized traffic. While secure protocols and firewalls do a great job filtering known bad traffic at the border, they have a glaring blind spot. They cannot stop threats that the user willingly invites inside. When threats bypass the firewall, they usually take alternative routes. They use spam emails, infected USB drives, or internal network connections. The most deceptive of these infiltrators is the Trojan. Borrowing from ancient history, this malware disguises itself as a perfectly legitimate, harmless piece of software to trick you into voluntarily installing it. A Trojan requires you to open the door, whereas a traditional computer virus relies on a host program. A virus inserts its malicious code into an executable file, sitting dormant until a human actually clicks and opens that infected file to trigger it. The massive I Love You virus from the year 2000 targeted this exact human interaction, using a fake love letter attachment to trick millions of people into running its malicious code. A worm is a severe escalation from the virus. Unlike a virus, a worm is a standalone program. It doesn't need a host file, and it doesn't require a human to click anything. Once inside, it replicates and spreads to other computers across the network entirely on its own. Infiltrators succeed through two distinct paths. They either exploit human trust to get inside, or they automate their own replication to overwhelm the system. Once that malware successfully nests inside your machine, it delivers its payload. On the lower end, you might face adware, annoying programs that force pop-up screens to generate pay-per-click revenue. Slightly more invasive is spyware, which silently tracks your browsing habits to sell to advertisers. The threat escalates to severe data theft with keyloggers. These secretly record every keystroke, capturing private passwords in a hidden log. A defense is an online virtual keyboard. It constantly randomizes key placement, breaking the tracking logic and turning your inputs into unreadable gibberish. Then there is the ultimate extortion payload, ransomware. In 2017, the WannaCry attack infected hundreds of thousands of computers by encrypting user data, rendering it inaccessible until a ransom was paid. Whether it is showing you ads, stealing your lodging credentials, or holding your family photos hostage, the goal of a malicious payload is always to hijack your hardware for a financial gain. To catch the threats that manage to slip past the perimeter, your system relies on an internal police force, antivirus and anti-malware software. Traditionally, these programs use signature-based detection. They scan your files and compare them against a continuously updated virus definition file to spot the specific digital fingerprints of known bad code. For unknown files, the software might use sandboxing. It executes a suspicious program inside a safe, isolated virtual environment to observe what it actually does before ever letting it access the main system. Modern defenses also use heuristics and real-time protection. Instead of relying on a static list of known viruses, the software uses machine learning to actively monitor your computer's memory, flagging any application that starts behaving in a suspicious pattern. Modern antivirus engines proactively predict and quarantine malicious behavior in real time. They have transitioned to analyzing the intent and behavior of active code, catching polymorphic threats that change their appearance to avoid static detection lists. It is worth noting that not everything stored remotely on your machine is a threat. Take browser cookies, for example, a frequently misunderstood piece of data. Websites use cookies to keep track of your shopping cart or remember your language preferences. These small data packets act as a local memory for your browser, helping to streamline your user experience during future visits. Despite advanced firewalls, sandboxing, and heuristic monitoring, the ultimate vulnerability in any network is the human sitting at the keyboard. Clicking a spam link, ignoring suspicious pop-ups, or skipping critical software updates can undo millions of dollars in security engineering. Which brings us to the core philosophy of cybersecurity, best summarized by computing pioneer Clifford Stoll. He noted, "Treat your password like your toothbrush. Don't let anybody else use it, and get a new one every 6 months." While software provides the necessary tools for defense, the actual safety of your network is determined by your daily habits, the links you ignore, the updates you install, and the passwords you protect.